Oh, Merry almost Christmas. One of the best parts about Christmas time is the ability to eat huge amounts of cookies and drink hot chocolate and have eggnog, which is essentially like liquid custard, and to say to yourself, that's okay, because it's Christmas. Someone in this house, for example, has eaten over 4 to 5 O. Henry bars. No, it's not our cat.
Memers.
No, it was not Memers. So let's continue that Christmas tradition with my second batch of first time to make Christmas cookies of the year. They're onto us, Simon. Never should have posted to Instagram.
Somebody went to sleep and had a tummy ache like a child because she ate too many cookies.
I did. I had a tummy ache. I ate too many cookies. Okay, let's talk a little bit about butter here. This is supposed to be room temperature butter. Notice how I can easily spread the butter with my knife, and if I was to, let's say, apply it to bread, I wouldn't destroy it. Now this is butter that is not room temperature. It is destroying my hand and my life, and it should never be served ever or left out for breakfast, because what's the frickin' point? You cannot add butter to the microwave to melt it or liquefy it over the stove. You have to just leave the butter out overnight or throughout the day until it becomes room temperature soft. Extremely important. You're also gonna have to have 1 egg that you've brought to room temperature. And this is important because if you add a freezing cold egg into room temperature butter, the butter will get cold again and all your hard work is gone. You're gonna need plain old white sugar, 3 cups of flour, plus extra for flouring down the workspace, so get ready. You're gonna need some baking powder, please make sure it is fresh, and vanilla extract, and optionally almond extract, which I think makes it taste a little bit better. Speaking of a little better, I add in ground cinnamon and pumpkin pie spice mix, which is also optional. I just happen to like that Christmassy flavor in my butter cookies. You're gonna need cookie cutters, and you're gonna need parchment paper or a sill pad for your cooking mat, as well as a rolling pin, and also you're gonna need plastic or saran wrap for wrapping the dough in between each rolling session. Can we just stop a second to admire my adorable cherry tablespoon measuring thingies? Aren't these just nonsense cute? Oh yes, and you need measuring cups and something for sifting flour in. Now I've pre-measured out all my ingredients because the most important part of sugar cookie making is actually aerating. That's right, adding air to everything. Okay, this is sifting, and it is super boring, and you can tell I don't have a fancy sifter. I just literally have a noodle strainer that I'm using, and that's fine, because the point of the step is to aerate the flour. You want it to be as light and fluffy as possible, so you don't have to do the step. You can just put it in and do it on your own, but it will be a denser, heavier cookie. So this step is worth it for a fluff-free, lightier kind of a shortbready. Fluffy kind.
Look, you need me to do that for you?
I'm getting tuckered out fast.
Come on, don't.
She's getting tuckered. But you're a boy, and boys always
Don't
like
worry,
smash
I'll do
it
it
like
the way.
Hulk. Oh my God, you have no idea how to do this.
Of course I do.
Oh.
Very quality sifter, I am.
Go Simon, go Simon, go. Go Simon, go Simon, go.
I got it!
Perfect! Yay!
That was the shittiest high five ever.
I mean, it's a side five we're doing.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
You just handed this to me. I'm like, why did you hand this to me? What am I supposed to do? You're like,
Because you told me to stop.
One wrong puff, and this whole kitchen will be coated for the next 10 weeks in hidden flour. Also, what happened to my antlers? Continuity, why aren't I wearing lipstick? What I'm doing now is creaming my butter, and I'm gonna be slowly adding in my sugar. And the reason I'm creaming as opposed to like stirring it is because we're trying to get as much air in this as possible, which makes for a fluffier cookie. It ends up being like so dense when you make a sugar cookie because you're like pushing down and rolling it, that if you don't sift your flour in advance. Did you just get a lot closer? Have you slowly been creeping into my face this whole time?
There you go, hot stuff.
I don't know how close you are right now, I'll be honest.
You don't need to know.
Is it like just is it just like a ridiculous square face?
It's just your face.
Oh.
I just love how cute and festive you are. You have your little stars in your eyes, you have your earrings, and you have your onesie, and you have your antlers.
Right, sugar cookies. But you definitely want to chop your butter up into some smaller cubes because it will just wrap around the mixer instantly, and then you'll go, wow, and you'll have to just wipe it down. You will have to wipe it down eventually, but for now this just helps the transition period. Very healthy, well balanced Christmas meal. Ducky, now they can see I don't have lipstick on again.
Ah!
He's everywhere.
Where are you gonna go?
Oh my God.
This is the wide angle lens. We live in a tiny house. It's a huge ass you have. Who are you hiding from?
Ooh.
Ooh.
You'll never see me.
We've been so much naughtier with our onesies in these videos.
Because onesies are so cute, and then you can be flirty, and everyone's like, that's not flirting, and we're like, isn't it though? But it's not really, because it's so lumpy and unfashionable.
Stop showing the world my wife's ass, all right?
Look, you can't even see where I exist in here. That's why it's so funny. It's like, look at me being sexy in my sack. This is like those...
All right, stop trying to be an Instagram. No.
With my softened butter, I'm gonna put this to about medium speed, and I want it to get really kind of light and fluffy looking before I add in the sugar. It's gonna take about 1 minute to 2 minutes. Okay, that looks nice and creamy to me. We're gonna dump in the sugar, and then we're gonna add in the egg after that, and we're gonna let that keep mixing around until it's nice and smooth and incorporated.
How you doing there, Sunshine?
Pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, it's been a rough week.
It's been pretty rough.
I threw up last night. Why did I throw up? I don't know. Chronic illnesses are stupid. We're gonna add sugar in a little bit at a time. Hiya. Hiya. That's part of the cooking, by the way. Hiya. Hiya. I definitely got eggshell in there. Dang! Embarrassed me in front of my friends! Hot tip, if you dump your shell in your egg, you can use another shell to scoop it out. Or you could edit it out of the video so no one ever knows. I'm not editing it out. Never gonna happen. Okay, I am adding in my vanilla extract and my almond extract. Hiya!
Smells great, girl.
Doesn't it? Adding the almond extract and the vanilla extract, I find makes a really different kind of punch to a cookie. I am gonna be icing these. I'm just not sure if I'm gonna be icing these in this episode around you guys, because Simon's gonna help me ice as well. And the reason why
Am I?
Yes. We're making these for our friends and neighbors.
I didn't sign up for this.
Yes, you did. You said
this year it would be so nice if we made Christmas cookies and gave them out to light up coffee and the Blackwell coffee, and you brought them to your nail artist and brought them to our neighbors.
Did you mean make them for me?
Yes.
Suck
me!
Do that, I'm only writing Martina and I'm not signing Simon.
That's not true. You wouldn't do that.
I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would. You know you're gonna help me ice it.
Oh.
And I'll put on the bags the one Simon made.
Wow, fuck!
Okay, now really boring parts. I have pre-sifted the flour, and I've also pre-sifted the baking powder, and then tossed in that little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of pie spice that I was telling you about. We have to add this in really slowly so it incorporates very smoothly. And the sifting part is super boring, but necessary because, again, this is all about what? Aeration. That's right, everybody. The fluffier you get this to be, the fluffier your cookies will be, because they bake in like 7 minutes. So it's not much time for things to happen. What are flavors that you guys like in your cookies? Because I'm so tempted to add so much cinnamon to my stuff because I love cinnamon everything. So once this is all incorporated, we are so close. I'm gonna assess if it is too warm to roll out right away. The average sugar cookie recipe requires you to roll these out into discs on plastic, and then you put them in the fridge and you let them chill before you punch them out. And then every time you punch them out, it's like a race against the clock because the butter melts and then the cookies spread and lose their shape.
Memers, what are you gonna say, homie?
Oh, buddy.
Oh,
You gonna go with our cat now? Is
Yeah.
that time for you?
It's that time. Sweet boy.
I also always prefer my dough to be a little bit more moist than dry because you're gonna be adding flour to the surface to roll these out. So you will be adding more flour to this mix. So if this comes out here totally dry and then you flour the board and add more, it's gonna become like really crumbly dry. But what I'm doing right now is dyeing 1/3 the dough red, 1/3 the dough green, and then leaving the rest white so that when I punch them out, they have like cute little colors. You don't have to do this, this is completely optional. So my 3 sections of dough have been in the fridge for about 5 minutes or so. They're still quite soft, like you can stick your thumb through them, but they're definitely feeling chillier. I actually think that this red one feels the coals right now, so I'm gonna start rolling out with this one and keep these 2 in the fridge so they don't get too soft. Now comes the time. Take off your rings. If you got fake nails on, take them off. You're gonna get dough in weird places. I have scrubbed and sanitized down my countertop, and we're gonna give this a nice flour on the surface, flour down this pin, and then I've got my tray really close by so that I can just pop them on right away. The faster we get them into the oven, the faster and evenlier they will bake. Evenlier? You know what I'm trying to say. Even if the shape looks stupid, as long as the actual thickness of the dough is even. I'm looking for like this thick. Star time. So this stuff we're just gonna re-roll up again and then continue making more and more cookies out of it. We're gonna spread these out. They will spread a little bit, so you don't want them exactly beside each other or they will stick together. Not that I've done that before. First batch done. So I have this hot side of my corner of my oven, which always makes some of mine mega crispy on this side specifically. I have a little bit of tin foil that I use to just cover up that corner near the last bit of the bake. Beep, 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 beep. All right, I have so much leftover dough that I could, my Canadian accent came out in full force, don't you know?
My good, it's the
I have so much dough left over that I could probably double this batch of cookies, so.
Hey girl, you made a great job. These are such cute little chubby cookies, look at them.
Look at you
Aren't they
touching them
nice?
so that you can eat them. Now, for real, chew it and eat it. I think this is the better batch than the one I made before because I added a little bit more pumpkin pie spice in here than usual.
This is a good balanced cookie.
Yeah, I think probably.
I'm just trying to put my arm right.
No, you're not. No, you're not. It's a really easy recipe. It's just a little bit tedious if you are working with a oven that's this big. Because I
really small oven. Great job, girl.
Thanks. Otherwise, the recipe's really easy to do and it's really easy to dye. We are gonna decorate them, but I have to make the icing sugar and that kind of stuff hardens up really fast. And frankly, I am just
so pooped.
I'm out of spoons. I can't do any more. I'm so tired.
You did great, girl. You had a little bit of energy and you made some cookies, and then tomorrow we'll try again and we'll ice them and then we'll give them to our community.
Yeah, we have a little tiny bags that I bought from a bake shop and little twist ties and little stickers. So hopefully we'll be able to give people some Christmas cookie cheer, and we might even film a little bit and put it somewhere of us icing, who knows. Let me know what kind of Christmas cookies you guys do for Christmas time, if you make any at all. And if you do try this and you have tips and tricks, please share with everybody. Otherwise, I'm gonna pop the recipe for this inside the info box. Merry Christmas, everybody. You've been very patient.
I'm holding myself up here because I'm actually gonna slip with these new socks.
Here, take this.
Oh, thanks.
That's for you.
Ah.
Now let's get you away from these. We need to, don't think I don't know what's about to happen. Oh, Merry Christmas. Look over there. It's a secret present video. Click on that one for something special. And if you want more Christmas recipes, you can check out the other video over here. Have a happy holiday, everyone.